African boxers over in Nigeria, and I was teaching basics over there.
Archie Moore, one of boxing's most cunning and strategic legends, spent decades inside the squared circle, observing the nuances that separate the great from the ordinary. Known as the Old Mongoose, Moore wasn't just a fighter. He was a thinker, a tactician whose knowledge of boxing spanned generations. Over his legendary career, he faced countless opponents, analyzed their styles, and mastered the art of adaptation. Now, in a rare glimpse into his personal reflections, Archie Moore finally reveals the 10 boxers he admired most. These aren't just fighters he respected for their victories. They're the ones who left a lasting impression, whose skill, courage, and heart set them apart. From powerhouses to technical geniuses, Moore's list is a roadmap of excellence in boxing history. 10. Joe Louis. Archie Moore admired Joe Louis for his flawless technique, devastating power, and calm composure under pressure. Louis's ability to control distance, time punches, and maintain defensive awareness made him a model for any aspiring fighter. Moore recalls watching Louis move across the ring with an elegance that masked raw destructive strength, combining athleticism with surgical precision. Beyond the physicality, Louis' sportsmanship and dignity outside the ring also impressed Moore, reinforcing the idea that true greatness in boxing includes character as well as skill. 9. Rocky Marciano. Rocky Marciano's undefeated record is legendary, but for Archie Moore, it was much more than the numbers. It was Marciano's relentless will and unbreakable spirit that made him truly remarkable. Moore admired how Marciano could absorb punishment and still press forward, turning adversity into opportunity. Every fight was a testament to his determination, his refusal to back down, and his ability to turn even the most unfavorable moments in his favor. Marciano combined raw power with intelligent strategy, often wearing opponents down with patient, calculated attacks before delivering knockout blows that seemed almost inevitable. Moore often pointed out that watching Marciano fight was like witnessing controlled chaos. There was fury in every punch, but it was tempered with precision. His work ethic was another reason Moore held him in such high regard. Hours of disciplined training, relentless conditioning, and a focus that separated him from his contemporaries. Beyond the technical and physical elements, Moore respected Marciano's courage and mental fortitude. To him, Marciano represented the ideal fighter, unstoppable, fearless, and relentless, someone who demonstrated that true greatness is a combination of talent, preparation, and heart. His legacy, undefeated and fierce, left a lasting impression on Moore's understanding of what a champion truly embodies. 8. Sugar Ray Robinson. Sugar Ray Robinson was the fighter that Archie Moore considered the epitome of boxing artistry. Robinson's ability to seamlessly blend power, speed, and strategy left a lasting impression on Moore, who marveled at his fluid footwork and devastating combinations. Watching Robinson was like watching a master painter at work. Every movement was deliberate, every punch executed with rhythm and intent. Moore often studied his bouts in meticulous detail, fascinated by how Robinson could adapt mid-fight, changing styles effortlessly to exploit weaknesses in his opponents. Robinson's confidence and mental resilience were equally impressive. He could perform under pressure in high-stakes arenas and still maintain flawless technique. Moore admired not only Robinson's victories, but his intelligence in the ring, his uncanny ability to anticipate every move, and his creativity, which made even the most familiar opponents unpredictable. Beyond his technical brilliance, Robinson's charisma and aura of excellence inspired Moore, teaching him that boxing was as much about presence and strategy as it was about power. To Moore, Robinson was not just a fighter. He was a blueprint of what precision, skill, and heart can achieve in the sport, a living example of boxing's true artistry. 7. Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali was more than a boxer in Moore's eyes. He was a revolutionary force in the sport. Ali's combination of speed, timing, and psychological warfare redefined what it meant to dominate in the ring. Moore admired Ali's ability to think several moves ahead, using feints, jabs, and taunts to control the rhythm of a fight while simultaneously testing the limits of his opponent. But it wasn't just the athletic brilliance that drew Moore's respect. It was Ali's courage and conviction outside the ring. Standing firm in his beliefs, facing social and political pressures, Ali remained confident, charismatic, and committed to his principles. Moore often recalled how Ali's fights were lessons in creativity, strategy, and showmanship. Every movement, every punch, every playful jab at his opponents was calculated, yet executed with seemingly effortless grace. Moore admired how Ali could make the difficult look easy, blending artistry with power, and how he inspired generations of fighters to think beyond brute force. For Moore, Ali represented the perfect combination of talent, heart, intelligence, and charisma. A fighter who not only mastered boxing, but transformed it into a spectacle of courage and brilliance. 6. Ezzard Charles's technical mastery and adaptability drew Moore's respect. Known as the Cincinnati Cobra, Charles could outthink opponents, switch strategies mid-fight, and combine power with precision. Moore admired his balance of offense and defense, his ability to neutralize strength with skill, and his unwavering determination in the ring. Charles's intelligence and dedication made him a fighter Moore always watched with interest. 5. Henry Armstrong. Armstrong's relentless pressure and stamina amazed Moore. Fighting multiple divisions, Armstrong showcased endurance, speed, and tactical ingenuity. Moore respected his ability to maintain pace without losing accuracy or control. Armstrong's courage and tenacity exemplified the heart of a champion, demonstrating that greatness requires both physical ability and mental strength. 4. Jersey. Joe Walcott Moore admired Walcott's cunning and resilience. Known for his deceptive tactics and ability to exploit openings, Walcott demonstrated that boxing is as much about strategy as power. Moore appreciated his intelligence in the ring, the patience to wait for the perfect moment to strike, and his unyielding determination against elite opponents. 3. Archie Moore. Self-admiration story. Moore often included reflections on his own style as a point of admiration for others who shared his philosophy. His technical knowledge, defensive mastery, and counterpunching artistry shaped how he evaluated fighters. Moore respected opponents who combined brains with brawn, echoing the qualities he cultivated himself: resilience, adaptability, and strategic intelligence. 2. Floyd Patterson. Patterson's speed and aggressive approach drew Moore's respect. Known for his peekaboo style, Patterson combined rapid combinations with defensive skill. Moore admired his youthful energy, his ability to maintain composure under pressure, and his courage in facing legendary fighters. Patterson's discipline and dedication reflected the values Moore prized most in boxing. 1. Rocky Graziano. Rocky Graziano earned Moore's top respect for his relentless aggression, unyielding toughness, and unmatched punching power. Graziano wasn't just a fighter. He was a force of nature, someone who could absorb punishment and strike back with devastating ferocity. Moore admired the way Graziano could turn fights around with a single combination, the sheer unpredictability that made him a nightmare for opponents. But what stood out most to Moore wasn't just his power, it was his heart. Graziano fought with an intensity that seemed unstoppable, never allowing setbacks to affect his determination. Moore often highlighted his resilience and ability to recover quickly, turning even the most challenging moments into opportunities to dominate. Beyond the physical, Graziano's mental toughness and courage in facing elite competitors impressed Moore immensely. He embodied the spirit of a true fighter, combining skill, power, and an unbreakable will to succeed. To Moore, Graziano was the ultimate example of what boxing represents: heart, determination, and the ability to rise above every challenge, making him the pinnacle of Moore's admiration and respect. Archie Moore's list isn't just a ranking of skill, it's a reflection of heart, strategy, and the essence of what makes a boxer great. These 10 fighters influenced Moore's philosophy, inspired his career, and represent the pinnacle of courage and craft in boxing. If you want to see more insights into legendary fighters and their personal favorites, like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more deep dives into the history of boxing.